Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Today is a special episode as we're joined by our new friend, Clop. Hi, Clop.
Howdy.
Tell us about yourself.
My name's Clop, and I'm a centaur. I'm a ranger, and I'm a ranger for my tribe I used to be, tending to the livestock and herding sheep and cows. And boy, did I love working them fields. Mighty good with a lasso, too. I'm 25 years old. I stand a proud 6 feet, 11 inches tall. Though if I stand on my back feet and make myself all scary looking, I can clear a solid 8 to 9 feet. But I can't stand for that long like that, so... I'm about 1,492 pounds, give or take. But it's all lean muscle. My hair's an auburn brown, and my skin's kind of an off-white, like a beige. And my eyes are green like the rolling landscapes of my hometown. And my best friend was my brother. Scared rest his soul. He was a great centaur. Everyone in my clan treated him badly, though. They would make fun of him and jeer him and call him names like a Torsen and other terrible names like that. You see, he wasn't a normal centaur like me, where my upper half is like a human and my upper half is like a human and my lower part is like a horsey, where his lower part was like a human and his upper part was a horse. So he was a little special like that.
I'm technically supposed to ask you interview questions, but I want to know what happened to your brother.
Well, we can get into that later. It's a bit of a touchy story.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Question 1. So, Clop, you're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be, and why?
Well, if I were a crayon, I'd probably be maybe like a burnt umber, or if it was one of those like newfangled fancy crayons, I'd be one of them like 2-color crayons, like maybe a black and a white, like a cow, because I do love me some cow.
Okay, all right. Yes. I'm picturing a cow crayon, and now I'm like, why don't I have that?
I'm pretty sure they got to exist. They must.
Yeah. Oh, and you can melt wax. You can make one. Okay. Question 2. Clop. What are your strengths?
Well, I suppose my biggest strength would be my speed. You see, I'm the fastest centaur in the West. Well, maybe not the fastest, but I'm pretty dang close. That's for true. I'm also mighty strong, and I could carry and pull dang near anything.
Whoa. Wow. Yeah.
I don't like to brag, though.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, you can brag if you are able to pull things like you have literal horsepower. I think you can brag a little bit.
I mean, I was just born with it, though. It's not like it's anything special to any of my centaur brethren.
That's true. It's all about who you compare yourself with, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Question 3. What are your weaknesses, Clop?
Well, that's kind of a personal question there, and I don't cotton much to people inquiring about my weaknesses, lest they try to use those weaknesses against me. But if you promise not to repeat this or share with anyone, I guess I could tell you. So you were asking about my brother earlier. I guess I could tell you about that now. I'm deeply ashamed and saddened about my past and about how my other centaurs regard me, because of an unfortunate circumstance, I guess you could say. You see, as I was saying, I was a wrangler and a ranger for my clan, and I'd be in charge of herding the cows, and we had this herd of mindless minotaur that would roam near our lands. And one day I accidentally caused a terrible stampede of those mindless minotaur, and they ran through my clan and ravaged them all. I lost dang near everyone. My mommy, my pappy, even my brother. So the very few remaining survivors of my clan cast me out, and they said they'd be traveling around to the other surrounding centaur clans and let them know of my evil deeds, as they put it. But to be fair, there was nothing inherently evil about it. I was just acting foolish, and I thought that I'd be able to handle a flock of mindless minotaur. But I know better now, and I would never try it again. But anyway, they went around telling stories of my sins, and now I'm not really welcome among the centaur folk no more. So I'm a bit of an outcast, as it were, and I'm just looking for a group of friends that I can call my family.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, question 4
to
was...
unpack there.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack there. Question 4 was, where did you grow up? And question 5 was, why do you want to join the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild? But I think you got those both covered. Well, everybody makes mistakes, and it's not like you can change it, right? And it's not like you meant it. So it's just really unfortunate. Gosh, that... sometimes coming to a new place and starting over is just what you got to do. Oh.
That's what I'm hoping for, and that's especially what I'm looking forward to or hoping for when I join the Fire-Breathing Kittens. Is that maybe it'll bring my name some prestige, and maybe a little bit of pizzazz, and that pizzazz will end up finding its way to the surviving members of my clan, Nagor and Trotsky, and maybe they'll accept me back into their clan. That's what I'm hoping.
Redemption,
yeah. Long-term plans.
It's good to have goals. Yes. Okay. Question 6 out of 15. I guess I can guess at this, but if you were given a 1-minute advertisement time spot during the annual Nickemway fighting tournament, a sporting event that the vast majority of everybody sees, what would you fill it with?
Well, I guess, one of my favorite things used to be Minotaur milk and Minotaur cheese and butter, and oh lordy, that was some good stuff. So I'd have to say I'd probably fill an ad with the delicious taste of cassette cheese and butter. Although between you and me, the cheese and milk tastes even better when you don't have the Minotaur's consent.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's a bit of a throwback, yeah. It's a good episode.
It was a good episode. Anyone who hasn't listened to the episode Sword Rock Cafe, you gotta listen to it to understand that. Wonderful reference in joke. Excellent. The person who DM'd that episode is gonna laugh when he hears that. Okay, so question 7. What do you like doing in your spare time?
In my spare time, I guess I like roaming around the countryside and picking the flowers, and you see, I since I got no place to call my home no more, I don't cotton much to sticking to one place too long. So since I don't got no herd to wrangle, I never really cared for the city streets. You see, I'm a country loving centaur, so I stick to the rolling plains. But it gets harder and harder to find food out here, so I've been essentially surviving off of the potions that I brew from the flowers that I pick.
Ah, fermented flower juice.
Fermented flower juice, exactly.
Yes, everyone's very filling meal. Yes, actually, probably takes a lot of time to capture enough flower juice. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Okay. Clip Clop. Question 8, so we're halfway through, is what things in life are still a mystery to you?
Well, I guess the biggest mysteries left to me are just where in the dang heck did centaurs come from? You see, both my parents were centaurs, so am I half horse, half human? Or am I half human, half horse? And our horse also centaur, but like they didn't really make it all the way. Like, I'm very confused about the anatomy of a human and the anatomy of a horse and the anatomy of a centaur. It's all a mystery to me. I don't really know.
Maybe that's something you can uncover in a future adventure.
I can only hope.
Oh man, that's gonna be, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole with that one. Okay. Question 9. Clip clop. Everybody's got one, but not everybody knows what it is. What's your annoying habit?
Well, I guess it's not so much a habit as maybe a quirk of the shoes that I wear, but I've been told by dang near everyone that my footsteps are a little too loud. That's kind of how I got my name. It was actually my grandpappy's name. It was given to me as well. But they found it was a little bit more fitting for me because I'm my feet steps are just too. I guess my hoof steps are just a little too loud. They're clipping and clopping all over the place. And I guess that also my old clan leader accused me of being too headstrong and cocksure. He telling me that I couldn't back up my words with my actions. Which
I have a terrible joke. Well, I mean, you showed him.
I was just gonna say, I guess I did end up getting most everyone in my clan killed. So I guess he's not really wrong there.
Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Okay.
I mean, the words cut deep, I must say.
My bad. Okay. Maybe I was a jerk. Okay. I'll just move on.
Don't let him see your sadness.
Okay. Question 10. Clip clop, do you speak any other languages?
Well, as you can tell, I am proficiently extensible in Common, and I also speak Sylvan and just a touch of Elvish.
Oh. What is Sylvan and... Oh, wait. Are elves Sylvish? No.
Sylvan are mainly spoken by the Fae folk. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Centaur are actually regarded as Fae. And I guess that's... you know what? I'd like to go back to the mystery question. I want to know what makes me a Fae. Because I'm not very... I don't know. I don't consider myself Fae, but most everyone else does. So I'm not sure about that.
Well, gosh, there's just so many mysteries to investigate this season on Fire Breathing Kittens. Where do centaurs come from? Maybe that's what was needed to mix the horse and the human.
Oh my goodness, I never even thought about that before. You gave me something...
That could be entirely wrong. I don't know. So, question 11, Clip Clop. You've got time on your hands suddenly and the ability to travel. Where would you like to visit?
Well, I've been searching. In my travels, I heard about this traveling show, and I've been trying to find it, but I haven't been able to find it just yet. Now what was it called again? Oh yes, it was called the Amazingly Talented Show, and I'd love to see that. I enjoy me a little bit of amusement every now and then. And I hear they do really good pyrotechnics there, but I have not been able to find it yet.
Well, Wing can show you to the traveling Amazingly Talented Talent Show because he grew up in it, and...
Oh my.
Yeah. One of the fire-breathing kittens' own. Wow.
I'm gonna have a chat with him, I guess.
I think you two will get along greatly.
I hope so.
And now we've headed into the silly question territory. There are only a few left, so question 12 out of 15 is, Clip Clop, do you like pickles?
You know, I actually don't care for pickles at all. I'd rather prefer a nice juicy cucumber or better yet, a nice apple or sugar cube. But I will say this. I love me the pickle brine. I could drink that all day.
Wait, no. I know humans shouldn't, but are horses allowed to drink the brine? Is that okay for them?
I mean... Other than some bouts of severe vomiting, there's nothing bad, right. I guess.
Oh, other than that, of course. Yeah, hey, if it tastes good enough, who cares? Later is later, right?
Exactly. That's future Clip Clop to worry about.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Question 13, Clip Clop, a penguin walks through that door right now wearing a sombrero. What does it say, and why is it here?
I don't know much about penguins, but I've only heard tell stories, but I do know this. As I understand it, penguins are the fancy dress types. So they like to present themselves as the best of their ability. So if he was wearing a sombrero, I'd have to imagine that it'd be looking to trade that sombrero in for a top hat. So he'd probably be asking where you can find the fanciest top hat to go with his tuxedo.
Yeah, the fanciest dress in town. On their way to a ball. Can't show up with a sombrero at the gala. Of course.
Sombreros aren't fancy dress. Not as far as I'm aware, anyway.
No, sombreros are every day. Question 14. Clip Clop, what would you like remembered about you?
Well, I'd like to be remembered as a great ranger and wrangler of all the hoods of the world. But I guess what I'd really like to be remembered for is maybe giving myself to save those I love and not being such a dang fool for getting my clan killed. I don't want that to be remembered about me. So if no one ever remembers that about me and they remember me about being like a selfless centaur, then I'd consider that a win in my books.
Redemption. Everyone can change. You know, if you're still alive, you still got time to do something. Yeah. Okay. Question 15. I don't know. That was supposed to be whatever.
It was very deep. It was very touching.
All right. Ending off this interview with question 15. Clip Clop, what is one message you would give to your fans?
I guess I'd have to say that there are a lot of misconceptions about the centaur folk. And not every centaur is the same. You know, we're all kind of different a little bit. So I guess I would say, please, don't go trying to ride any centaur you see. Ask first. Get permission.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Don't go trying to ride any centaur you see. Ask permission. Thank you for joining us, Clip Clop.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you in an upcoming adventure.